Hey everyone, welcome to Unicorn Dust Designs. As you can see, we're still a mess around here. I don't have a place to film intros. I don't have a place to take pictures, but we'll get there eventually, trust me. Today, you guys, we're gonna do something a little different. We're still doing upcycles, but I wanted to try to recreate items that are trending right now in the antique vintage world because they go for a lot of money, okay? Some of these items that we're going to do today, they go for a lot of money, and I'm like, I don't want to spend that much money. So if I could recreate it myself, if I could get that same look that I'm seeing, I'm going to do it by myself. You guys know. You guys know how that works. I am going to spend more money recreating it than I would buy. No, I'm just kidding. But so, come on, it happens. But that's what we're going to do today. I am on a lot of Facebook groups because I love to see what is in style, what's currently trending. And I'm on a lot of these antique vintage resale groups. And some of the things are just wild how much they go for. And I'm like, let me show you how you can get the same look for so much less, making them yourselves. So I don't know if they're gonna come out, but we're gonna try it. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing we're gonna start with, you guys, my piles are everywhere. I know you guys don't care, are these books. So I've had these books for a long time. They're not worth like a lot of money or anything like that. And if I can help it, I usually don't DIY like old books. However, I'm going to. Okay, this isn't my genre. Winston Churchill's not my genre. And I think that these would work perfectly for the look we're gonna try to achieve. And I'm gonna insert a picture on the screen right here and show you, this was on Facebook. This, I don't know where I'm gonna put it, right here, right here, right here. We're gonna try to achieve that same look. And then I'm gonna look up and see how much those were going for. And I think these books cost me, I've had them forever, probably like $2 each a long time ago. So I was only going to do one just to try it out first, but I think we're going to try 3. I'm not going to do all of them because if it doesn't work out and I ruin them, then I ruined all 6 books. So let's go to the next step is coffee. Okay. Hope John doesn't get mad, but we got this free. It's probably really good. I don't know. We don't drink it, but we got it free. So I'm just going to use it. Nobody come after me in comments, okay? It was free. It's better than going to the store and buying another one. We're never going to use it. So we're going to pop it. I don't know about you guys, but getting one of these back in the Keurig, however you pronounce it, is like, look, you put it like, why? Why must this be this way? I'm like, darn this stuff. You guys remember that line from okay, we have to pause.
1 hour later.
Years later. This small.
Are these books just not important?
No.
Oh, what is that? It smells terrible.
This is attempt 5 of children screaming in the voiceover. Okay, we are going to submerge the books. And there they go again. But you can't just plop them in there and walk away. You have to like open the pages up, let that copy submerge in between the pages. I had to come back like a couple times to do this because there was just no way. And you guys, I'm sure there's an easier way. I'm sure there is. But this is how I was doing it. And then the fabric on these books, it's going to come off. It's like a dye. It's going to dye everything in the coffee red, but it doesn't stain the pages. I mean, it would have been really cool if it stained the pages red, but it did not. So after a while, I did not time it. We're going to go outside with these. Okay, right now, you guys, look at how pretty that is. What is that? Squirrel. It's like purple. Like a purple butterfly. Right now I feel like, you know, in the beginning of Titanic when they pull the, that like folder out of the safe and then it looks all like slimy and stuff. Hold on, there it is. Where'd you go? Oh, see, it has its wings closed. Open your wings. Show everybody that I'm not crazy, that you're purple. Come on. Come on. We gotta wait, you guys. It's there. There you go. Come on. It's not gonna do it because I'm looking at it. Okay, anyways. And then it flies away. This makes me feel like Titanic. Like, this is what I envision it being. The book is slimy now. Like, the color you could see like is red in there completely came off. I had to open this a couple times because see how like not all of the pages, like these still feel like kind of dry. Not all of the pages. So maybe there's a better way of doing this. Again, we're just trying. We're trying to figure it out. So I'm just taking this out, and it like separated from its binding because it was soaking, obviously. But I definitely feel like Titanic. See the water dripping? Except we're not finding a picture, a naked picture in here. Definitely not finding a naked picture in a Winston Churchill book. So that's good though. So I'm gonna see, it's humid out here, so I don't know if these are gonna dry. I might have to take them in like with a hair dryer, and then like I'm gonna have to, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. And I'll have to come out here because these pages are like stuck together. You're probably like, girl, there was a way easier way of doing this. Well, this was my way. So let's let these dry and then come back. Now I got that fluffiness a little bit that I wanted to achieve in the inspiration photo we saw in the beginning, but it wasn't enough for me. I wanted these to look super thick. So I got my heat gun. I put it on the highest setting. Now, please be adults. Please use your heat gun responsibly. Don't burn down the house or burn pages in your book, okay? I put this as close. I'm going to flip the book over right now. And I tried to get as close to my pages as I could without burning them. And what happened is it created like this little perm, or we'll say like it looks like we took a crimper tool to it. And you'll see right here, as I start putting heat, it starts like rippling, like almost like a crimper. Like it starts rippling the pages. Those look like burn marks, but I promise I didn't burn the book. Maybe I did. I don't know. It didn't look like it afterwards. But so the more heat I put on it, and then I did have to spread the pages, and then I heated up the pages, and the more dry the pages got, the fluffier the book got. And of course, like the last 3 days that I've been doing this, we have not had any sunshine in Kansas. But I'm definitely going to leave these outside, and I think they're going to be even better because I still think they have some drying to do. So I am going to just dry these up, you guys. It was as simple as that. And then just a quick reminder of what those beautiful rag books look like, and then the look that we achieved. So this was $2, some coffee, and some time versus $64. Now, if I had that $64, would I buy those 1,800 books? Yes, I would, but I don't. So I'm going to get the look for less at my house. And I think these turned out so beautiful. I sent these to my friends, and they're like, you could have fooled me. I thought those were old. I'm going to be doing things with clay, try to recreate things. You want to come help?
Yeah.
Because you like clay?
What do you recreate?
Antique marbles, so we just have to make a lot of different round, things, and then we'll paint them. And then escargot cups.
What are escargot?
Well, I'll show you. Come down here. Next thing that we're going to try to recreate are these antique clay marbles. They run about $1 each, and you can only imagine if you're trying to fill up, a wood bowl or apothecary jar or something like that, that's going to get pretty costly. So these were actually made in around the 1800s. They were for the working class child, and then they became very popular in production in Germany. And then once the glass marble became more affordable, these kind of found their way out. But there has been a surge in these lately, people wanting to decorate with them. So I am loving the look of them and thinking how I want to get this same look, but I don't want to spend that money. So we are using DOS air dry clay is what I'm using. Again, you guys, throughout this process of using the clay, I think I have in my mind the cornstarch with the IOD like clay molds that I put it on my surface, and I wish I wouldn't have, because it was drying out my clay and causing things, it was causing everything to like crack, and it was so frustrating, but nonetheless, we did it. And can I say, rolling these was not as easy as I thought. We were getting all different shapes, all different sizes. Everly, I swear, had flat sides on like everything. I did find that if you cup your hand just a little bit and roll, it turned out better. And they do have like these ball clay makers for beads, but those things are expensive. So we're just going to use our hands. We lost Everly. She's making a lizard now. Now we're gonna paint all these beauties, and this is what's fun because you can paint these whatever color you want, you guys. I mean, they literally came in all different colors, from bright purples and teals to neutrals. So you can make these based off of your design and the colors you put in your house. I decided to go with a little bit of crinoline, and then of course, okay, hey. And then I did Apothecary, which I love. That's one of my favorite colors. We did Sandy Blonde. And then I say it again. Jesus. Geez, I didn't mean to say it like that. You guys know it. Okay. And then I am taking, you're going to have to wait. I'm taking some Prairie Gray, which is such an underrated color. And this is what we got, you guys. I think these turned out really great. I love the way that they look. Exactly what I was expecting them. You guys, I am so sorry. It is so hard to do these voiceovers when you get interrupted like 20 times trying to do it. I get flustered and then I come back and I'm all over the place. So I apologize. Here's an AI photo. My lighting is off, so I like to kind of just show you how it would look in the right setting. Now, next, we're going to try to recreate these escargot pots. Now, I've actually owned these and sold these, so I know exactly what they look like. They're about like an inch tall. They are stunning, but they can run anywhere from $15 to $35 and up for each one, and I don't want to pay that. So I was like, I think I could do this myself. Now, y'all, we did a mushroom there. I know how to make mushroom tops now. But this was a process of learning, okay? I am going to kind of go past all of the mistakes and then show you kind of what I came up with as a result of trial and error. But first, I'm going to give you this like real time clip. Okay, now it's time to try and attempt the escargot pots. You can see I was testing it all out. There's one that I love the best. This one that looks more like them. Sorry about the lighting, you guys. But could I recreate this one? No, I couldn't. I did that one by hand. This is the one that seemed to be the easiest. But I don't think it's as round. These are not going to look perfect, you guys, by any means. But that's crafting. So I'm going to show you what I did. First off, the baking soda or cornstarch or whatever, nay. All it does is make the clay crack. So do not use it. Do not use it. See, like that was, I think, the most difficult thing about making those was the clay like continued to crack. So then I had to continue to like press and try to fix it. And that was so frustrating. So like it kept getting flat instead of like rounded at the top, like an escargot pot, because I kept trying to like rub all of the cracks out of it. So yeah, that's just my little thing. But we're gonna go ahead and speed this up and I'll show you, I'll do my voiceover. So this is what I found to work. It's deeper than a tablespoon. It's my husband's AG1 like spoon. Now, my first attempt at this, I put the ball far too big, and you'll see what happens when the clay overlaps the spoon, which you guys are probably like, I already know what's gonna happen. I pushed my thumb in there, or pushed the paintbrush, but then it starts to overlap on top of that, creating a lip, which we do not want. We do not want a lip on this. So as I was taking it out, you have to smooth that lip down. You'll see it right here. I pop it out and you see that big old lip right there. And then as you like are smoothing it and you're trying to manipulate it, then you kind of lose the shape. So I tried my best on this one and I did get it pretty well. But as I kept doing it, I was getting better and better. So then I learned to put a ball of clay that is smaller, and then I'm going to take this paintbrush and I'm going to push it in there to start my hole. I'm going to next get this paintbrush and I'm going to dip it into water, and then I start manipulating the inside. So like I'm pushing down and I'm putting pressure on the inside of this clay, and then manipulating the top, pushing, see how I'm pushing that clay back inside of it. And this worked so well using that paintbrush instead of my finger, because I have nails. My nails kept on like puncturing the clay. This worked out so well, and it was smoothing it. It was great. This was a great, you just have to play around with things sometimes. And then I kept wanting to do more and more because I was like, man, this one came out good. Let's see how the next one comes out. So now we're going to take this out. I probably should have used like a plastic wrap or something, but it ended up coming out and it was fine. So we're going to get that out eventually. And then once we get it out, we're going to take that same paintbrush and we are going to keep dipping it in water. That's the thing. You got to keep dipping it in water. And then I started flattening the top. The escargot pots have like a rounded top. However, I was really digging this really like flat line on the top. So that's, I made them my own. That's what I ended up doing. And then you can even put this upside down and then use that same paintbrush bottom to smooth the outside of your pot as well. It takes a lot of patience, you guys. If you don't have the patience, this isn't going to be for you. I had Everly there hanging out with me, and then I had like the TV on and stuff like that. I'm going to do a second one just for those of you that need another visual. And if you guys, you could just fast forward through this if you don't. But again, put a smaller amount of clay in there, and then we're going to push it on down. You could see I had to take some of that clay off because it was overlapping. Push it down with that paintbrush. Take the paintbrush bottom with water and start pushing down and out. You see that? We're pushing down, and then I'm kind of pushing it out towards, the outer. Yeah, I should just stop talking and let you watch because I'm just going to start confusing you. But I do think these turned out good. And the more, if I would have done more, I feel like I could have nailed it. But again, as I'll show you, the cracking is what was killing me on these because I just wanted them to look smooth. And then we're going to smooth out the top. As I said before, this one started getting a little thin on the edges, so I had to stop playing around with it because then it was gonna cave in. So I should have probably put these and the marbles in the oven. Completely forgot to. I was trying to do all the things at once, but I would highly suggest putting them in the oven. So this was my first attempt, you guys. This was the second attempt. These more look like trinket pots, bowls, I don't know. And then you'll see right here, they started getting better. This one's my favorite one right here. This one looks the most like it, but see all of the cracking, but maybe that just looks like age. And then these two came out pretty well too. So now we're gonna go ahead and we are going to paint these. I chose to do crinoline because these escargot pots kind of come in a creamy color, off-white color, and then a gray color. The creamy color is more my vibe, so I do 2 coats of this paint on the outside and the inside. Then I take it outside and I'm going to spray it with this triple thick crystal clear glaze by Krylon. This is such a good spray to have in your craft collection. And I'm going to spray those really good. When I flipped them around, I did a heavier coat so that that glaze would like drip down and kind of look more natural. And these are how they turned out. I'm pretty proud of myself. I think these turned out so good. I did them myself. I didn't have to spend $35 on one of these. You guys, these are like an inch tall. They're tiny, okay? But people want the look and it's hot right now. So now we can do it ourselves. So you guys, thank you so much for being here with me. If you enjoyed this kind of content, kind of like duping, I love doing dupes. I will put a dupe collection up above this if you guys want to see those. I hope you have a great weekend. Please make sure to like and subscribe and leave me a comment on how you felt about this video. Have a good one, you guys.